Good evening, everyone. Welcome to NTD Tonight. I'm David Zhang. Here is a preview of some of today's top stories. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is sentenced to prison for defrauding investors billions of dollars. Both Trump and Biden visit New York City today. The two presidential candidates are looking to build support ahead of another November rematch. Florida is cracking down on squatters and how one California property owner reclaimed his home from squatters by becoming one himself. First up, a federal judge today sentenced the FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried to 25 years in prison for defrauding investors of $8 billion in the fallen cryptocurrency exchange. Here's more.
Sam Bankman-Fried was sentenced to 25 years in prison on Thursday. The former billionaire and founder of a defunct cryptocurrency exchange was found guilty by a jury last November of stealing $8 billion from customers of FTX, the exchange he'd founded in what prosecutors said was one of the largest financial frauds in U.S. history. The 32-year-old Bankman-Fried was convicted on 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy stemming from FTX's collapse in 2022. At the sentencing, U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan said, quote, "He knew it was wrong. He knew it was criminal. He regrets that he made a very bad bet about the likelihood of getting caught, but he is not going to admit a thing, as is his right." Bankman-Fried acknowledged during 20 minutes of remarks to the judge that FTX customers had suffered, and he offered an apology to his former FTX colleagues. A prosecutor with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan told the judge, quote, "The criminality here is massive in scale. It was pervasive in all aspects of the business." Federal prosecutors had sought a prison sentence of 40 to 50 years. Bankman-Fried's defense lawyer had argued that a sentence of less than 5.25 years would be appropriate. He also tried to distance his client from other notorious fraudsters, such as Bernie Madoff, saying, quote, "Sam was not a ruthless financial serial killer who set out every morning to hurt people." Bankman-Fried has vowed to appeal his conviction and sentence.
As they gear up for a November face-off, President Biden and former President Trump both visited New York City today.
Trump has made support for law enforcement a focal point of his campaign against Biden in November's election. Polls indicate that the contest will be close. A Trump campaign spokesperson said that Trump was moved by the invitation to attend a wake for Officer Jonathan Diller. Diller was a 3-year veteran of the force. He was fatally shot during a traffic stop on Monday in Queens. Trump often portrays crime as out of control at his campaign rallies. Last year, he warned that America was becoming a lawless, open borders, crime-ridden, filthy communist nightmare. Trump posted a tribute to Officer Diller on his Truth Social platform on Tuesday. Across the aisle, President Biden is leaning on support from his Democratic predecessors. Former President Barack Obama met with Biden last week at the White House. He's agreed to several campaign appearances for Biden before November. One of those is a star-studded Manhattan fundraiser, which will also feature former President Bill Clinton. Late Show host Stephen Colbert will moderate a conversation between the three Democrats at Radio City Music Hall Thursday. Actress Mindy Kaling is set to host the program, with celebrity guests like Lizzo and Queen Latifah. The fundraiser is expected to be Biden's most lucrative to date. He already has a significant cash advantage over Trump, but his campaign has been plagued with low poll numbers and doubts about his age.
Now let's take a look at other top headlines. The investigation for the bridge collapse in Baltimore continues. The chair of the National Transportation Safety Board, Jennifer Hamady, said last night that it might take up to 1 to 2 years to complete the investigation.
This bridge was in satisfactory condition. The last fracture critical inspection was in May 2023. We have not been able to go through that inspection and all the documents, but that will occur after we leave the on-scene portion. And so I have no doubt that we will be able to pull this together in hopefully 12 to 24 months.
The NTSB says investigators boarded the cargo ship and found at least 56 containers carrying hazardous materials on board. They're mostly corrosives and flammables. Some of the containers were broken when the bridge collapsed. The NTSB also obtained 6 hours of voyage data recorder information from the ship and interviewed the ship's 2 pilots today. The investigation will also likely look into whether any safety measures for the bridge were put in place specifically for vessel strikes.
The NTSB, over the last 50 years, has investigated dozens of these and issued numerous recommendations over the last 50 years, calling for states and the Federal Highway Administration to take a look at the risks posed by vessel strikes on bridges.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers activated 1,100 personnel and will deploy them to Baltimore to clear the shipping channel. The collapsed bridge is blocking ships from entering and leaving the port of Baltimore. The bodies of 2 construction workers were found in the water yesterday. Authorities have paused the search efforts for the other 4 missing workers due to unsafe conditions for divers. Another congressional delegation in Taiwan, Congressman Jack Bergman reiterating U.S. support during a meeting with Taiwan's president today.
Our delegation is here to show Congress's continued support for our partnership. We will continue to assure our colleagues that this strategic relationship is key for the future security of the region.
Bergman is a Republican who sits on the House Armed Services Committee and chairs its Intelligence and Special Operations Subcommittee. The bipartisan delegation also includes Democratic Congressman Donald Norcross and Jimmy Panetta.
This includes a strong Taiwan maritime strategy and how we can work together on shared goals to counter China on their increasingly aggressive actions in the region.
The delegation also announced that they would meet with other U.S. personnel while in Taiwan, though they did not specify if these U.S. personnel were military or civilian. The Chinese Communist Party sees Taiwan as its own territory despite never having ruled it. The U.S. doesn't have formal diplomatic relations with the island, but Washington is Taiwan's most important arms supplier. A delegation from the European Parliament also visited Taiwan on Wednesday. Florida's governor has signed a bill to chase out squatters to protect the property owners, as squatter scams persist across the state. A California man details his experience and how he worked around the law to get rid of squatters from his own property.
Governor Ron DeSantis on Wednesday signed a bill to crack down on squatters in Florida. The goal is to help protect homeowners.
This so-called squatter scam is something that's happening around the country. There's even videos telling people how to go in and take over an empty house. That was never how the law was supposed to work. And in Florida, we are going to take action today to end this scam and to protect the private property rights of our homeowners.
The bill, HB 621, will take effect on July 1st this year. It would also make it a crime to unlawfully occupy a dwelling or fraudulently advertise property for sale or lease. On the West Coast, a California man explains what he did after being a victim of a squatter scam. He is now an anti-squatter activist and runs squatterhunters.com.
I started this in 2019 when, after my father had passed away, I moved my mom in with me to sell her house, and I was notified that someone had broken into the back door, and I called the sheriff like most people do, and they went out and they said, hey, there's a house full of furniture and it appears you have a squatter and there's nothing we can do. So I was shocked, like everyone would be.
He spent a weekend dissecting housing laws to figure out how to get the squatters out of his place. He got his mom to sign a lease, and he made himself the tenant.
But I found that if I could become the squatter myself and use the same laws and same rights that they had, that I'd be able to switch the process. I waited for them to leave. I witnessed 3 cars, 2 women and 5 men pull out of my house in the morning. And I went and I secured the back door and I locked everything up. And as soon as they came back, I was able to, just tell them, look, this is my house now. I have possession. You're locked out, and you have a choice. You can either leave with your furniture or without it.
Shelton said they left within a day.
If I take possession of a house, I become the squatter. then when they call the police on me, the police at that point can only tell them that it's a civil matter and they can't do anything about me either.
He posted the video of the situation at his mom's house on YouTube in January 2023 and got 5.4 million views. From there, he got a lot of requests from people who want help getting squatters out.
Recently released police body cam footage shows an intense pursuit leading to an attempted carjacking and an officer involved in the shooting. NTD's Jason Blair brings us more and a warning: the following contains scenes that some viewers may find disturbing to watch.
Around noon on January 27th, Lathrop police officers arrived at a residence in response to a 911 call.
Why are you guys running from John?
A woman called 911 saying that a man threatened to kill her neighbor. The officers tried to make contact with the man.
Hey, John, what's going on right now?
The suspect then gets into his vehicle and the officers get ready for a chase. The two officers follow the suspect, Juan Valdez, down a few residential roads. Then things start to heat up. The chase eventually leads to a highway. That's when Valdez's car becomes disabled. Valdez then tries to flee on foot and allegedly attempts to carjack another motorist's car. The motorist drives away and Valdez is seen hanging onto the side of the car from the window. After a short pursuit, the police catch up. One officer warns Valdez to stop or he'll fire his gun.
Shot, dude! Hey, you're gonna get shot! Be all right.
The Lathrop police released a statement saying, quote, Officer Novello, prioritizing public safety, discharged his weapon, striking Valdez. Officers provided immediate first aid until EMS arrived. The police said that Valdez was taken to San Joaquin General Hospital and treated for his wounds. After release, he was booked on multiple felony charges, including felony carjacking, felony false imprisonment, felony evasion, resisting arrest, and committing a felony while out of custody for a prior felony. Jason Blair, NTD News.
We'll take a short break now, everybody, but here's a look at what we have for you when we come back. A former Los Angeles deputy mayor has been convicted of corruption. We'll bring you the details of his case. Dodgers right fielder Mookie Betts meets with fans for a charity promotion event. More on the excitement in Los Angeles. One lucky person woke up a billionaire in New Jersey, where the Mega Millions winning lottery ticket was sold. Those stories and more coming up on NTD Tonight. Welcome back to NTD Tonight. I'm your host, David Zhang. One former Los Angeles deputy mayor is convicted in an extensive pay-to-play corruption case that lasted several years. NTD's Christina Corona tells us more.
Raymond Chan, the former deputy mayor of Los Angeles under Mayor Eric Garcetti, was convicted on all charges in a significant corruption case related to real estate developers' influence within City Hall. The verdict was reached by a federal jury in Los Angeles, who found Chan guilty on 12 counts, including racketeering, bribery, fraud, and making false statements. Prosecutors portrayed Chan as a key player in a pay-to-play scheme that also involved former LA City Council member Jose Huizar. Huizar pleaded guilty in 2023 to racketeering and tax evasion charges. They allegedly both used their power and influence to advance profitable arrangements for overseas developers in return for favors and monetary benefits from 2013 to 2018. Prosecutors asserted that Chan facilitated the establishment of a company that engaged a downtown Los Angeles high-rise developer as a client, while he held a position within the city administration. The Times reported Chan pressured city officials to support the project, and after leaving city employment, he received payment from the developer for his efforts. Chan is set to be sentenced on June 10th. Christina Corona, NTD News.
Dodgers fans were in for a treat yesterday. Right fielder Mookie Betts teamed up with fast food chain Raising Cane's to promote his charity and serve eager fans in Los Angeles. NTD's BJ King hears more from fans.
Crowds of people can be seen surrounding a Raising Cane's this morning as they all line up to be served by MLB World Series champion Mookie Betts. Baseball fans came in droves when it was announced that he would be working a shift at the restaurant, mouths watering for chicken fingers and the chance to meet a baseball legend. In Alhambra, San Gabriel Valley, the MLB star took meal orders in a partnership charity event with the fast food chain. There, he met with an energetic crowd of fans, and we asked a few of them about their experience.
Yeah, I got a glimpse of him coming out of his SUV, as well as on stage and just talking to the fans. Pretty cool experience to see him.
It was kind of just, it was hot. It was a hot experience.
It was an especially pleasing occasion for Dodger fans at the event as they expressed their enjoyment, being there not only as baseball lovers, but as a community.
It felt like a family, honestly, because we're all have the same thing in common. So it's pretty cool to see everybody with Dodger fan gear and stuff, and it's just cool to get talk to people and once amongst each other, and just to get familiar with people. It's pretty cool.
Towards the end of the event, Betts accepted a $100,000 donation from Raising Cane's made out to his organization, the 50/50 Foundation, which aims to help inner-city kids build their futures. And fans were touched by his efforts to interact with LA locals and promote charity.
Yeah, to see them in the San Gabriel Valley is real nice. Yeah, just to see him locally, knowing that he's just a couple minutes away, is kind of fun.
It's pretty neat, like I said, just because you're a big star, it's good to give back and, to see your fans. We all love and support him and support the team. So it's pretty cool to see that,
For those fans who weren't able to meet Betts at the event, they'll be able to see him playing against the St. Louis Cardinals on March 27th at Dodger Stadium. BJ Kang, NTD News, Los Angeles, Alhambra.
Now turning to sports, we have an update on a developing story involving Tampa Bay Rays shortstop Wander Franco. NTD's Carlos Reyes has more on the story.
In the latest twist surrounding the Tampa Bay Rays star shortstop Wander Franco, the young talent has found himself in the midst of a complex legal situation. According to reports for the Tampa Bay Times, Franco has been placed on administrative leave through June 1st, following a decision made jointly by Major League Baseball and the MLB Players Association. At the heart of the matter lies an ongoing investigation rooted in allegations of Franco's involvement in an inappropriate relationship with a minor. While formal charges have yet to materialize, authorities in his native Dominican Republic are diligently pursuing leads. The January revelation of substantial evidence detailing Franco's purported association with a 14-year-old, including financial transactions with the minor's mother, has only intensified the spotlight on his case. The allegations, which extend to charges of commercial sexual exploitation and money laundering, cast a shadow over Franco's promising career trajectory. The decision to place Franco on administrative leave, a procedural move, has significant financial implications. As the Rays shortstop remains sidelined, questions loom over the status of his contract. Franco, now in the third year of an 11-year, $182 million agreement, stands to see his earnings impacted by the uncertainty surrounding his future. With his salary and career trajectory potentially on the line, the stakes couldn't be higher for the 23-year-old. Looking ahead, once the Dominican Republic's criminal investigation concludes, Franco could face additional scrutiny under MLB's domestic violence policy, regardless of any criminal charges or convictions. Despite being a rising star in the league and only 23 years old, Franco's career trajectory now hangs in the balance as he navigates these legal challenges. As the investigation unfolds, the baseball world watches with bated breath, cognizant of the ramifications awaiting Wander Franco. Carlos Reyes, NTD News.
One player in New Jersey was a lucky winner of the Mega Millions lottery jackpot, matching all 6 numbers to win in Tuesday's billion-dollar drawing. NTD's Christina Corona tells us more about the winning ticket.
The ticket was sold at a Saker ShopRite Liquor in Neptune Township, New Jersey.
We're here to announce that this ShopRite sold the winning ticket for the $1.13 billion Mega Millions drawing last night, the largest jackpot ever won in New Jersey.
The winning player who bought a ticket in New Jersey has yet to come forward to claim their prize.
Nobody is used to going from being a regular person to a millionaire or 100 millionaire overnight. If you are the winner, I encourage you right now, sign the back of the ticket, take a picture of it, make a copy of it, and put it in a safe place. Tell only your closest loved ones that you were this lucky winner, and then I would urge you, go out and talk to a lawyer and maybe a financial advisor.
The retailer also received a $30,000 bonus check for selling the winning ticket.
It's an amazing thing when you think about how lucky we are to be the store that sold this ticket. It's 1 in 302 million. That's the chance of winning this lottery.
The winning numbers from Tuesday's drawing were 7, 11, 22, 29, and 38, and the Mega Ball number was 4. The employee who sold the winning ticket,
I do see regulars come in, but I do not know last night. There were so many people that came through, I cannot remember. They always say, like, you know, you're the lucky one, that I'm going to get a ticket, I'm going to win. Somebody won.
lottery winners in New Jersey can choose to remain anonymous. This is the first time the jackpot has been won this year, which had been steadily growing over 31 drawings since it was last won on December 8th, 2023. Christina Corona, NTD News.
Stay tuned for China in Focus with Tiffany Meyer coming up next. Ending more China news, an avalanche of cheap Chinese products drowning the global market. How are U.S. industries at risk? More details coming tonight at China in Focus with Tiffany Meyer at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And that's all we've got for you tonight. We would like you to join us again on NTD Tonight every weekday at 9 p.m. I'm David Zhang. Have a wonderful evening.